Welcome to the Explainer. So this February is shaping up to be a real powerhouse of a month. We've got some major cosmic and spiritual events all aligning, and we're going to break down what that could mean for you based on our source.
You know, this isn't just any old February. We're looking at a lunar eclipse and the start of Ramadan converging, which, according to our source material, creates this huge shift in energy. So let's dive in and see what the stars might have in store.
Okay, so our source zeroes in on 8 specific alphabets. The idea is, if your name starts with one of these letters, you're supposedly in for a month just packed with positive energy and new opportunities.
And here they are, the lucky 8. If your name begins with a D, E, M, O, T, W, Y, or Z, well, you're definitely going to want to pay close attention to what's coming up next.
So, what does this all actually mean for you day to day? Let's get into the nitty-gritty. We're going to break down the predictions for each of these initials, looking at your career, your love life, and the single most important piece of advice for the month.
All right, first up, we've got the letter D. If this is your initial, the forecast says you should get ready for a pretty major positive shift.
On the career front, you could be looking at new opportunities, more respect from your peers, and even some financial gain. In your love life, things are set to get pretty intense, in a good way, as you start making real plans for the future. But here's the kicker. The key message that ties it all together is think bigger. It's really time to see the larger picture.
Okay, so from that big picture energy, let's move on to the letter E. For you, the forecast is pointing to a really sudden and dramatic change of luck.
If your initial is E, you can expect a sudden turning point at work, with a bunch of new, really beneficial plans popping up. It's also supposed to be a fantastic time for romance, maybe even a new love entering your life. The most important thing for you, though, is this message. It's time to release negativity. You've got to clear out the old to make room for all this new good fortune.
And you know, after releasing all that negativity, it makes perfect sense that our next letter, M, is all about finding clarity and moving towards commitment.
You're going to find some real clarity on your career path. And in your love life, there's a strong potential for things to get serious. We're talking engagements, maybe even marriage. And it all connects back to this central theme for M names. This is a time for healing and improvement in, well, pretty much every part of your life.
All right, next up is the letter O. Now, the energy here is all about success and huge opportunities. But, and it's a big but, it comes with a condition. So, for O names, the forecast is showing success, financial boosts, and great opportunities. Your love life is going to be this blend of deep affection and real responsibility, and you might even get to travel. But what's so interesting is the key message here. Your commitment is being tested. It basically means your dedication is the key that's going to unlock all of these amazing rewards.
And what about all the folks out there with the initial T? Well, the outlook is really positive, but you're going to need to be a little mindful of your surroundings.
Success and promotions are definitely on the table, but you've got to be aware of some potential jealousy from other people. Your home life, on the other hand, is predicted to be just full of happiness and blessings, and that's exactly why this key message is so critical. Confidence is the key to success. Just don't let anyone else's bad vibes get in your way. Okay, let's talk about the letter W. If that's your initial, February is predicted to be a month of clearing out the old junk to make way for the new. It's a cosmic spring cleaning. Now, this is a pretty powerful forecast. The source suggests that people at work who've been deceptive are finally on their way out, which clears the path for you to move forward. And it's the same for your relationships. Those nagging, long-standing issues will start to resolve themselves. Just be prepared, because this whole clearing out process could mean it's a highly emotional month.
Now, let's get to why. The forecast for you is all about 2 things: collaboration and good old-fashioned self-belief.
If your name starts with a Y, the source suggests teaming up with your friends to get ahead in your career. Your own personal power and energy are on the rise, both at work and in your relationships. But the most important thing here is that message of self-belief. You are good enough, don't stop. Just keep that momentum going, because you've totally got this.
And finally, we come to our last lucky letter, Z. And let me tell you, the forecast for you is all about abundance and brand new beginnings.
For all the Z names, get ready for a significant flow of money, new business ventures, and successful investments. It's really a time for fresh starts everywhere, including in your love life. But the source gives a really vital piece of advice here. Balance your spiritual and practical life if you want to make the most of all this powerful energy.
Okay, so we've gone through all the lucky letters. But what's really cool is that the source doesn't just stop there.
It actually offers a special spiritual practice, an amal, that anyone can do to bring in more blessings this month, no matter what your initial is. And this really shows the practical side of the whole forecast. So here's how it works. It involves reciting a specific verse 313 times for either 3 or 7 days in a row. But the absolute key is to hold a very clear intention in your mind for what you want to achieve, whether that's wealth, respect, a new home, whatever it is.
This quote from the source really gets to the heart of the whole thing. It translates to, "I have seen destinies change with prayers." And that just perfectly captures the belief here. The idea that while all these cosmic energies are swirling around, your own actions, through prayer and intention, can actively help shape your future.
So, what does this all boil down to? On one hand, the source gives us a month of powerful cosmic favor for certain people. But on the other, it also gives everyone a tool to actively create their own fortune. And it leaves us with this final thought to chew on. Is destiny just written in the stars, or is it something we forge with our own two hands?